Okay, let's look into pollution. Okay, another threats to the environment. First, we look at air pollution. Sebab kita ada beberapa jenis pencemaran. Okay, air pollution. So when does air pollution happen? When there is an increase in the pollutant substance. Pollutant substances tu termasuklah gases, smoke, dust ataupun particles in the atmosphere. And they are going to affect the health and also lives of all the living things. Okay, so these pollutants increase when there is rise of smoke and gases released by tahu ini dia punya sources, vehicles, industrial factories, and even open burning. Okay, as depicted here in the picture. So these are the list of pollutant substances yang kita sangat-sangat kenal daripada vehicles, exhaust fumes dia. It might release nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, lead ataupun plumbum, smoke and soot. Soot ini adalah jelaga, iaitu small particles of carbon. We also have the hydrocarbon gases seperti benzene. Okay, from the industrial factories, we have sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide. Ini gas-gas hujan asid. Okay, also we have dust, carbon monoxide, and also carbon dioxide. Okay, daripada open burning, the pollutant substances, we have carbon dioxide sebab ini adalah gas yang terbebas daripada pembakaran ataupun combustion. We have smoke and also soot. Okay, moving on, this is a picture showing the formation of acid rain. Okay, daripada burning of the fossil fuels right here. Okay, so let's look at the explanation. The burning of fossil fuels by charcoal, burning plants, industrial factories, seperti yang kita lihat dalam gambar ini. Okay, from the vehicles, all these are going to release carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. Okay, so next is that these gases is going to combine with the water vapor. Okay, dia akan combine dengan water vapor in the atmosphere to form acid. Contohnya kalau nitrogen oxide combine with the water vapor, dia akan form nitric acid. Okay, kalau sulfur dioxide with the water vapor, so sulfuric acid yang akan terbentuk. Later they come down as acid rain. Yang ini seterusnya adalah kesan-kesan acid rain to the environment. First, it's going to cause the soil to become infertile, okay, due to the pH value changes menjadi semakin rendah. Okay, here it states that it is less than 5. So it's no longer optimum for the plants to grow. Okay, next is that the acid rain is going to destroy the leaf tissues and also damages the roots of the plants as well. Okay, bukan itu sahaja, an increase in the water acidity. Okay, kepada body of water, dia punya effect is that it's going to reduce plankton population. Plankton ni penting because they are the food source for the fish. Okay, so that means if plankton population ni affected, so that means fish ini dia punya sumber makanan pun affected and therefore dia akan terjejaslah populasi ikan ini. Okay, this affects the food chain and cause various death to organisms. Okay, not only that, acid rain also causes skin diseases and also tissue damages. Yang ini kesan dia kepada manusia ataupun humans. Okay, next type of pollution is thermal pollution. Thermal, iaitu merujuk kepada haba. So this type of pollution refers to the deterioration of water quality due to excess heat dissipation into water caused by processes that change the water temperature. Maksudnya suhu air itu sudah berubah. Thermal pollution, excessive heat dissipation. Okay, apa yang berlaku? We know that water, it is used as cooling agent to cool down generators in industrial factories and in hydroelectric power generation plants. Okay, jadi dia sebagai cooling agent. So this hot water that is produced is then discharged into rivers ataupun lakes and cause this thermal pollution. Selepas mereka bertindak sebagai cooling agent, so hot water yang akan terhasilkan. So this is being channeled into the bodies of water. Okay, subsequently what happened is there will be increase in the temperature of the river water, and this is going to harm the aquatic organisms. Sebab rise in the temperature of the river water is no longer suitable for aquatic habitats. So as the water temperature rises, the dissolved oxygen, ini sangat penting, dissolved oxygen content in the water will decrease. Okay, sekali lagi, it's going to threaten the survival of the aquatic lives. Okay, continuing on. Okay, thermal pollution endangers the lives of aquatic animals and it's hazardous to the environment also. The rise in the water temperature disrupts biochemical processes. Biochemical processes. Maksudnya dia punya proses-proses fisiologi organisma tersebut, aquatic organisms. As fish and other aquatic animals, they normally live in a range of certain temperature. Maksudnya dia punya suhu persekitaran sekarang ni tidak sudah macam dahulu. Okay, so it's going to disrupt their biochemical processes. For example, increase in the water temperature. Okay, apa dia punya kesan? Kita lihat early hatchery. Hatch earlier than it's supposed to. Early hatchery of the fish eggs. Ataupun worse, sebab dia belum matang, tapi dia sudah hatch. Or worse, it says they fail to hatch. Okay, to hatch. They fail to hatch. So, ini kita nampak kesan dia apabila the body of water increases. Like for certain species, drastic change in the temperature, water temperature also cause instant death. Macam kita lihat dalam gambar ini. Fish die due to increase in the temperature of the river water. Bila manusia melakukan aktiviti tersebut, they never thought of this. They never thought that, oh, this can really affect these aquatic organisms sampai begini, to the point that they die because of this. Okay, so furthermore, okay, satu lagi adalah tumbuhan yang kita panggil, yang kita kenali sebagai alga. Okay, so algae, higher temperature enhances their growth. Okay, sebab algae ini berfotosintesis. So consequently, kalau dia orang ni terlampau bloom, remember in the previous video we talk about eutrophication, we talk about alga blooming. Kalau this enhances their growth, what happens next is that it's going to raise the BOD level. Okay, remember BOD level high is not something good. It means that the oxygen demand is high and that oxygen dissolved in the river ataupun in the body of water is less. So that means it's an indicator telling us that the water is polluted. Okay, next one, the third type of pollution adalah noise pollution. Pencemaran bunyi can be defined as sounds that disturb, okay, and cause detrimental effects to the health of humans and animals. Okay, effects to the health. Dia bukan bunyi yang lembut, but it's to the point that it's causing harm to the health of organisms. Okay, so a few questions here, 2 questions right here. Is the sound of the lawn mower coming from the school field considered as a noise pollution? And then how do you manage noise pollution? Sekarang ni kita banyak pencemaran bunyi. So the sound of vehicles, construction activities, agricultural, industrial, machineries, even loud musics in event gatherings, these are actually examples of noise pollution. Dan dia punya bahaya adalah exposure to high level of noise for a prolonged period of time can cause health problem. Okay, contohnya high blood pressure. That's because of the sound being too loud. Tapi prolonged period lah. Okay, depression and even headache. Okay, look at this information right here on the right side on bioexploration. WHO says that estimates about 1.1 billion of youth teenagers are at risk of hearing loss due to personal audio devices that are used excessively at unsafe sound level. Okay, as well as exposure to damaging sound in a noisy place. Okay, satu lagi isu adalah isu ledakan populasi manusia, meledak populasi manusia. That means increase in the human population. So human population growth explosion kita panggil. Meledak dia punya pertumbuhan. Okay, population growth explosion is the increase in the total number of humans living in certain area. As a result of this rapid population growth, there is equal rapid reduction of natural resources, okay, which leads to deforestation. Masih ingat ini threats that we discussed earlier on the previous videos, also leads to loss of biodiversity dan juga global warming, where forests are cleared to provide shelters, okay, infrastructures, agricultural lands, and various facilities for the increasing population. Hence, living organisms, they are exposed to threats such as problems in having raw water sources, okay, and supply of clean water, okay, increase in the pollution, okay, yang baru kita lihat tadi, beberapa jenis pencemaran, okay, diseases, and even extinction of various organisms among others. Ini adalah isu yang sedang berlaku lah. Every day the human population is growing. Okay, let's look at the definition of environmental sustainability. So sustainability is that we want the environment condition to remain the same without any reduction or depletion in the natural resources. But when the human population is growing daily, okay, over the years, depletion ataupun reduction of the natural sources ini sudah pastinya memang berlaku lah. Okay, because to cater the needs of the growing population. So, dia punya soalan is that macam mana kita boleh sustain kita punya environment for a long period of time and for our future generation. Itu isu tersebut. Okay, the demand on water and sources available in the local community are not well managed with the existing natural resources in the area. Okay, this has resulted in transporting the sources from another location to the zones. Berlaku ekspor import lah sebab tidak cukup. So furthermore, sewage ataupun kumbahan also contaminates the land areas, which is a threat to pollute the environment. So in order to overcome these problems, water treatment technology is used. Although there is an increase in the cost, memang mahal ini teknologi ini. Okay, cost of water sources as well as the cost of the treated water. But that's what happening right now lah sebab memang manusia punya populasi meledak-ledak ini. Okay, so the pitch of sound depends on the frequency of sound waves produced. Okay, this one is about, okay, this is facts lah. Okay, showing that, telling us that the sound frequency detected by human ears adalah dalam limit ataupun julat ini 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. Okay, so if exceeds that, so kita kalau prolong exposure to frequency above the range, so this is going to harm us. Okay, so here population in human has been estimated at around 32.6 million people. Alright, okay, so these are some facts. Okay.